Howdy. So I mentioned on my blog a couple weeks back that I had a grain mill coming in. It came in and I needed to pick up a part. So I got the one part that was missing and produced some cornmeal the other day, and today I did my first cup of flour. This is a Sunshine Nugget grain mill. It's very similar to a lot of other grain mills. I removed the clamp that was on it and mortised it into a piece of 2x8, and I actually like this better. I can bring the bowl right back to the edge, and I had to pick up, I did cornmeal first because I didn't have any wheat berries, which are what these are. This is hard red wheat. I'll put a link to it on my blog where I got it from. But I made my first cup of flour. Actually quite a bit of work. You don't really think about it when you're baking anything. So I'll show you how it works. So I have 1 cup of wheat berries here. Dump them in the hopper. Try to get it all into the hopper. You adjust the coarseness of the output by turning the knob one way or the other. When I first did my first bit of wheat berries, I had something that was closer to cornmeal. I did my cornmeal with the steel burrs I also have. This is a stone. Right now I have it to a point where it makes a pretty good flour, I think. Yeah, and you got to do it by feel. You know, do some, see if it's too coarse, not coarse enough. You can always regrind it. You can go anything from cracked wheat, cracked corn, all the way up to pastry flour with this. With where I have it now, it's doing a pretty decent job. And other than being a lot of work, let me put my cell phone in my pocket. This actually works. It takes about 20 minutes to do a cup, it seems, or 15 minutes. So let me make some, and I'll edit out some of the filler here. I don't know how close that's showing up. But right away, I'm getting flour. And I'll note that you really want this clamp down. I'm using a clamp here and a clamp all the way out here to keep this down. If otherwise it vibrates all over the place just from you racking it. And the other thing is you want a good rhythm. If you're stopping and starting, it is much, much harder. But you know, and I switch hands as I'm doing it, so and then I'll go. And I already have, I said on the bottom there's some flour. I'm not sure how much this is showing up on the camera back in there, but little flour pillars. I picked this up off of eBay for $60, and you know, for $60 it was a great deal. I was looking at some of the more expensive ones, but not the super expensive ones. I'm not going to mention names, but around the $200 price point. And what they have over this one is the auger system on this is just a spring that sits on top of the shaft inside here, and it moves things back and forth. Some of the newer ones have an actual auger to move the grain towards the stones. What I've found is that sometimes I will have to help things around, so I keep a shish kebab stick, and that works. So here you can really see the flour, nice fine, fills in your fingerprint. pastry flour, it's still a bit coarse, but I'm going to put it in the biscuits. So I think it should be good for biscuit flour. So let me continue to grind. So as we finish up, this one not having a real traditional auger, some of it just doesn't come out. There's a little bit of flour and wheat berries that just never make it out. Like I said, I use the poker here to move it towards the front and then crank. But even with that, I can't get it all to come out. I know some of the better ones have better augers, and that probably would help. But basically I am done with this. I have 1 cup of wheat berries, and I pull this out front here. That's what I got for flour. So, see if I can. Probably about 1 1/4 cup, 1.5 cups of flour out of this, out of 1 cup of wheat berries. Yeah, so that's how you can go from wheat berries to flour with the Sunshine Nugget grain mill, and any other really manual grain mill of this style. Emptied out the container into a smaller container, just to give you an idea of the size. This is a 1 cup scoop, which I use 2 cups of wheat berries, and this is what I ended up with. Almost a full container of this. I'm going to turn this into biscuits in a little bit. In order to take this model apart, I'm just down to what's left in the hopper here. This unscrews off the front, the adjustment knob, and these are warm. They're not hot to the touch, but they're warm. Okay, so adjustment knob comes off. There's a keyway that engages, and here you can see the stone, and that'll come right out. I'll clean this up with a brush. And then this engages with 3 pins in the back. There's 2 pins at the bottom that are longer and 1 short pin on the top. So here's a stone here. I said I'll clean these up with a brush later. And right here you can maybe see here's the auger spring mechanism, and that's what moves the grain along. This whole thing actually kind of spring loaded a bit. You can see how I can move this back and forth. So when you set the tension, it will pull the handle in a little bit. So yeah, that's basically all there is to it. From wheat berries to a cup of flour in about 10 minutes it took me. So 2 cups of flour, 20 minutes. Yeah, so this is the Sunshine Nugget. And I'll provide a link to the company. They still make parts for it. They still make the unit. Yeah, really at the price of a new unit, I probably would have bought something else. But if you can find them used, you can get parts and you can get service and the manual and all that type of stuff. For brand new price, you're almost up to some other brands that seem to get better ratings and better reviews. But yeah, I'm happy with for what I paid for it. It was a great deal, and I would buy another one at that price again. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with my flour in another video. So I expect to see another video posted just about the same time as this one goes up. I'm going to try making biscuits. I'm not a baker, so either it will be biscuits for simple biscuit recipe, or biscuits for dogs. We'll see how it turns out. So until next time, thanks for watching.